Good morning, everybody. Welcome to K4CO Radio. We are breaking into our normal scheduled routine with a wonderful guest in-house. We got Colorado's own Scotty Allen sitting down, joining with us today. How are you, Scotty?
I'm doing great, Joshua. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. Thank you very much for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is great.
Yeah, definitely. And it's kind of a little trip for you, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't mind getting out.
Right?
It's a nice day, too, before the rain.
It is, exactly. It is going to rain in a little bit, but I like rain personally. So.
Oh, me too. Love the smell of it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, you submitted some music to us a while ago to our station. And, of course, all of our music kind of goes around to all of the founders here and everything. And, that's one thing about us is that all music is approved by all of us type thing. So,
cool.
And you have a really interesting, unique sound. I must say.
Thanks, man.
And wanted to just kind of jump right into a song real quick. So the first song that we got In My Shoes. Can you tell us a little bit about that song?
Yeah, well, it's just it's a little song about it's about homelessness and where you would be if it was you. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that the song kind of gets stuck in people's heads if they see anybody on the street corner with a sign instead of thinking what they might think now.
Right, gotcha. All right, well, we will be right back. This is Scotty Allen with In My Shoes on K4CO. Scotty Allen right there with In My Shoes. Beautiful song,
Thanks,
Scotty. When did you write that song?
Right after 9/11, actually, so 2001.
What kind of compelled you to write that song right there? I love, if you could walk 1 mile in my shoes, you would see that I'm not so bad.
That was actually something somebody said to me. His name was Bob. It was a homeless guy that I knew when I lived in Castle Rock. There might be some listeners that remember him, actually. He lived there in the 80s, and sometime in the early 90s he froze to death. And we talked from time to time. He was a very smart guy that just was fed up with the way that the world was, really, and gave up on it. He chose to be homeless because the world just kept failing him every time and time again. So,
really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So he wasn't an alcoholic or anything that I remember, but I was young, so maybe I was probably 14 when I knew him.
Oh, you were that young when you knew him? Wow.
Yeah.
Gotcha. How long have you been in Colorado here?
Coming up on 40 years now, in about a week now, and it was June of 1984.
1984.
40
nice.
years, yeah.
I'll call you a Colorado native then.
Yeah, I was only in California for 12 years. I don't remember the first 5, so it's like I wasn't even there.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
This is my home.
And you wrote this many years after you knew this guy. So just after 9/11, you just started thinking about him and the way that the world is going, or how did that kind of connection just kind of happen?
I mean, it had always been in my mind to write a song about him if I ever wanted to write songs. And when I was compelled, I guess I remembered, I always wanted to write a song about Bob. Mm-hmm. So now seems like a good time,
Right.
So maybe do it. And it didn't sound anything like that, though. It
really?
was nothing like that. It had a really fast tempo. I got a YouTube video on it if anyone wants to see. It's got some sound bites in it. It sounded more like a celebration of homelessness. I didn't like the way it was going, so plus I never finished writing it. My brother tried to help me write it, and it didn't go the way I wanted it to go.
Okay.
So I thought it was trash, but I kind of had a little bit of writer's block last November. I don't know when it was. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what about that song for Bob? But I didn't want to do it that way, so I thought I would do something a little slower, and there it is.
And then it just came together.
Yeah, it just came together.
Do you write a lot of songs about experiences that you've had or real life or fiction, or is it?
Seems like they're all about my life or somebody that's affected me or something, yeah.
What got you into writing? Well, and how long have you been writing, actually, I should ask?
Well, I mean, like I said, in 2001 I was writing, but I didn't like any of the stuff, like I said. So I gave it up, but I started up again last July or August. I just started getting really bad headaches, and it turned out I had a cataract. So I was on short-term disability for a while, which motivated the title of my album, STD, but for short-term disability. But I thought it was eye-catching. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I don't know if it's worked. But I had a bunch of time off, and I had been playing the guitar along with like Spotify and Pandora and the radio and stuff. I don't even know what the next song is going to be. Just try to play it. And I've just got so tired of playing the same songs over and over again. Mm-hmm. So I thought I would just make my own backing tracks. And as I was doing that, the words just came out by accident, and that was Take It All Away. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that again. And it happened again, and it just keeps happening. So I don't know. I can't really explain it.
Right.
So
have you always been into music? Have you always?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually learned how to. Well, I didn't learn. Nobody taught me. And when I was 5, I taught myself how to play the piano. So my folks got one, and I played it for a little while. And then I didn't have one for a long time, so I just kind of did it all in my head. Didn't know how to play the guitar, but I kind of finger guitared, kind of like air drumming. And then I met my current wife 15 years ago, and she was really encouraging me to get a new guitar and just get back into it because everybody needs a hobby,
right?
And it just came to me, I mean, I did a little of that in 2001 with an acoustic guitar, but with the electric guitar, I just kind of started playing a lot of Pink Floyd, Dave Gilmour.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
We love Pink Floyd. Oh yeah, definitely. And and music is a great hobby. I've always said, I'm a guitar player myself, and I've always said that music is a lot cheaper than therapy.
Oh yeah,
and more effective.
Yeah, that was one of the things I definitely wanted to mention was how much it's really helped me out mentally, just with a lot of things. I don't even want to hear some songs anymore. When I do, it's like I'm not that person anymore. Interesting.
Right.
So I didn't realize that happened. So it's pretty cool.
What artists, musicians did you like when you were young? And how has that changed throughout the years? I mean, of course, you mentioned Pink Floyd. So.
Yeah. I mean, just my whole life, I've liked. I remember when I was 5, I really liked. It's kind of embarrassing, but like Crystal Gayle and Loretta Lynn, that kind of stuff. And then then we found my mom's Beatles records, so that was pretty cool. So we were listening to those. So I was a really big Beatles fan. Then throughout high school, everybody would probably say that I was the guy that listened to Def Leppard. So
right.
I was the Def Leppard kid. I always had the Def Leppard shirt on and the holy jeans and all that. Wanted to be a Def Leppard. After that, I kind of eased up a little bit and went back towards Fleetwood Mac and Eagles and back to Floyd. And
right.
Now it's pretty much anything now. It's amazing what you can do with music.
Right.
So I feel like I've grown a lot since those years, and especially songwriting. Now I don't care what you put in. I think I might enjoy it some way or another. It
seems like the older I get, the more genres I like, the more different stuff I have.
Yeah,
heard.
It comes with maturity, I guess.
Or boredom. You've heard so much, you want to hear more.
Yeah, I was just so sick of the same thing. Not that they were bad songs. It's just it's just overkill. Right. I wanted something new, so I guess I had to create something.
Right, exactly.
I didn't intend to, though.
No,
not like this. So it hasn't even been a year, and here I am on the radio. I mean, that's amazing. So it's hard for me to swallow sometimes.
Yeah,
because I'm doing this, and then I'm washing the dishes, and I'm doing normal things, and none of this is happening at that time. So it's all just a fantasy.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So when you kind of left what you were doing with your songs and you just kind of made it more personal, more just you and the guitar and, stuff like that. How long, first of all, so you started doing that, you said 2001?
We're talking about In My Shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And so you just kind of left the old one behind and then just said, no, I'm going to just do this like a story.
I mean, it was basically the same first verse.
Okay.
But I was stuck on the first verse. I couldn't come up with anything else. And like I said, my brother helped me out. It turned out to be a song about his ex-girlfriend. That's not what I wanted.
Right.
No. This is a song about something deeper than that. I got to delete that. I got to start over.
There's a lot of songs about ex-girlfriends.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be another one of those. It needs to be about something more important.
Exactly.
So I just deleted that and just, I don't know. I don't know how it came to me. I really don't. It just, the rest of it almost came to me instantly. Even after 20 years, I was frustrated with it. I don't know how it came to me so quick.
Right.
So.
And that's one thing. That's one thing that really attracted me personally to your music is, a lot of my life, especially, starting in my 20s, some people listen to songs and it's all about the music. you know, and a lot of times they don't even know what the lyrics are talking about. I've always been someone focused kind of on the lyrics and the music as well, but a lot of your songs just seem, like you said, just more meaningful, more personal, more, I don't know, a message, you know, kind of reminds me, you know, I mean, how like Dylan used to write, you know, and it's just, you know, you're writing about something, you know, music has changed. I mean, you get to the point of today where it's like, you know, 8 producers to come up with a song that says shake it 8 times, you know, so,
or a sequel to another song.
Right. It's just refreshing. So, the next song I really like, and it's got a great title too. Everything's Okay. When did you write that one?
I think in December, actually. I think it was a Christmas present for my wife.
Christmas present for your wife. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. So, what is the song about?
It kind of revolves around her ability to make me feel like everything is okay. When I'm panicked, I suffer from chronic pain. So when I feel like that's not going to end, when there's no answer to things, she can just put her hand on me and tell me everything's going to be okay. And I believe her, and everything's been okay since I've known her. So why would I not?
Right.
And those are the words.
Right. I love it. I love it. Well, we're going to play that real quick and we'll be right back with Scotty Allen. Here is Everything's Okay. Everything's Okay by Scotty Allen. I love just hearing that that's about your wife and that she just makes everything seem okay. Everything's going to be okay. Yeah. So one thing that you kind of messaged when you were messaging back and forth with the station is that with your pain, the music helps.
Yes, it does. It numbs it when I'm playing. Mm-hmm. It's like all I am is the music.
Right.
I guess I'm in my zone.
Right.
You know?
No, and that makes perfect sense. Yeah. And so it's your back that actually happened with the pain?
Yeah, that's the main thing. Back in 9th grade, I was tricked by some bullies to play football with them. They told me I'd be a really good running back because I was really small. They gave me the ball, and I took it, and I ran about 10 yards. Then the one guy with a helmet on hit me in the back.
Oof.
And I went down, and it just never was treated properly. I don't know. Maybe chiropractic care was right. I don't know, but it just never really healed right. So now there's just a lot of 40 years later. Well, whatever, 38 years later. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician, but
and so now music is kind of your therapy for your back and everything.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, nice.
And it's a great escape.
Right. Well, it's a great escape for a lot of things. I definitely agree with that.
I don't want to do anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So tell us what else. So, I mean, when you're writing songs, do you write lyrics first? Do you write music first? Does it depend?
Well, no, it's really, I mean, if I have lyrics that happen to work with music that I've created, then that happens. You know, that's kind of like how Beg You for Mercy came. Sean Lennon had lyrics and I had music that they just matched with. Mm-hmm. So, but normally what I'll do is I want to know what key and what rhythm the song is in. And then I'll just create that. Those are what I call the backbone of the song, you know, the first 2 or 3 layers. Then I put some bass on top of that, some acoustic on top of that. And then I just free ride with my guitar. And then I just turn on the mic for the last track and I just start shouting stuff. Okay. And that's what the songs become.
So you pretty much just write the music and everything first, and then just whatever you just kind of free speak.
Whatever the song tells me to say,
right?
I say.
Right.
So I guess that it's married. The music is married to the lyrics that way. I
love it.
So
nice. Mm-hmm. Is there a certain song that in your mind is just kind of like your song at all that just really sticks out for you, or I don't know. None of mine do. You know.
Yeah, I mean, they're not for me. They're for my wife or for my brothers or my mother or my children or something. They're not for me. I mean, so I don't know. Honestly, I haven't really looked at it that way before.
Is that what you do with a lot of your songs? Is write it for somebody else?
I guess so. I mean, my heart wants to. I think so. That's just what ends up happening. So,
right.
But I mean, I know I'm shouting those things out for my wife because that's who I'm feeling that they're for when I'm shouting them. You know. And I know that when I'm singing something for about my kids, that I'm feeling them when I'm shouting, and I'm not just blindly singing words.
Right.
I do have some kind of way of guiding what happens next, but the music more guides me. But I haven't done one for me that I'm really aware of.
Your wife seems to be a big writing force behind your songs. How'd you guys meet?
On the internets.
Really?
Plenty of Fish, believe it or not, back in 2007. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. And she had a few kids. I had mine, and I don't know. We all just got on so well, and she changed my life. But nice. I hope I changed hers too for the better.
Right. So, yeah. I'm sure she loves the music. I know that.
I hope she's listening now.
Right. Right. Well, you mentioned earlier, guy Sean Lennon.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean Lennon, actually, for the next song that we're going to be playing in a little bit, he's featured in it, correct?
Yeah, he actually wrote it.
He actually wrote the song.
Yeah, and he's playing the bones. He's playing the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I do the solo and sing I can't remember which half. The old half, right? That'd be the second half.
Yeah.
No, we're working on something else that I don't want to talk about. So that confused me for a minute. That's
Gotcha.
So,
and you guys collaborate quite a bit?
Yeah. We actually talk every day.
Every day, nice.
Yeah.
And he and that's actually kind of interesting because you guys talk every day. He doesn't live here.
No, he lives in Perth, Australia.
Perth, Australia.
Yeah. But I wake up at night in pain, and it's like 1 or 2 in the morning here. Mm-hmm. And he's taking his lunch break.
Gotcha.
So it works out.
So it's kind of perfect.
When we collaborate, my wife's sleeping, and everything's just sealed, so nobody can hear me, and I sing after everybody's up.
Mm-hmm. How'd you guys meet? How'd you guys hook up?
That's kind of a cool story. The distributor that we're with has a little bit of a platform where you can ask other artists what your songs sound like, called Slaps, and he and half a dozen other artists like Wes Herndon, Dwight Carr, Fiona Amaka, Jason Figs, they were all on there. And I just kind of reached out to them every day, kind of like, hey, your song's great. I like this about your song, and started talking to them and was like, hey, we should form a community where we can all help each other out, collaborate, because we're not competing. We're not all writing the same song.
No.
Musicians are sometimes so competitive. It's like, why? We can all win. It's not that kind of sport.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So we all agreed, let's get a group together. So we just created a Facebook group called the Blue Collar Artists United Group, and we're all just kind of working together, collaborating, sending each other songs. Hey, what do you guys think of this? Oh, turn it down here a little bit. Here, use this trick for the bass. And we're just kind of like our own little, our own little record company, and it's all virtual.
That's very cool. When did you guys start this all up?
I think that was close to December, maybe. So it hasn't.
So this is recent.
Yeah.
Nice.
Real recent.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And so when you collaborate with Sean, how does that kind of go? I mean, does he just kind of bring up an idea, some music, and then?
Well, like this one here.
Let's talk about Getting Old. In fact, I played this a few times when I first heard it. I'm like, this is my song.
Yeah, I keep hearing you say that. Yeah. He's not older than me. But basically, we were just talking one day, and I was like, I can't remember where I put this, that, or the other thing. And I was like, man, I'm getting old. And he says, yeah, you're getting old. Sucks getting old. And I said, man, we should write a song about that. And he's like, huh, yeah. And then, according to him, he was at work and just the words just came to him, and he went home and wrote, he said, Scotty, we got to do this. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then we did it, and we did it in like a day and a half. And
nice.
It was like, ooh, well, that was okay. I like working with you.
So, right?
Yeah. So, we've done that on a couple of songs now.
I love those songs where it's just like comes together really quick, It's like sometimes you write a song, some of the best songs out there are written in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, they come in a package and you just unwrap it and there it is.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So he just said, I have an idea, and you guys...
Yeah, he's like, you remember how we were joking around about getting old?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got some lyrics. Tell me what you think. And he just was strumming to an acoustic. And it was really great because I still have a copy of it. And he's like, and here's where we'll put in his great Australian accent. Here's where we'll put the Scotty accent, the Scotty solo. Did I do it okay, Sean? I hope you woke up. And he's all do 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 do. It's just the greatest thing in the world. And I was like, okay, so I just did what he was doing,
right,
and deleted his. And there you go. Yeah, that's it. Let's send it, print it. Let's go.
So you guys just send these files back and forth until the song's done.
Yeah, just using Dropbox.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
it's like he's in the office next door.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Technology's amazing.
Yeah, or I can come over work and have a project to work on. Oh, cool. Sean sent me something, or Dwight sent me something, And Dwight and I and Sean, all three of us are working on a song together right now, too. So
nice.
I'll keep that secret, too.
Well, yeah.
I didn't ask for permission to say anything.
But we're going to get a copyright when it's done, right? Before it's released.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they'll be okay with that.
All right.
I don't think I'll have to talk them into that.
I hope so. Nice.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, again, this is definitely one of my favorites. This is the one that caught my eye, or my ears, I should say, for the first time. So, without further ado, here is Getting Old, featuring Sean Lennon from Perth, Australia. We will be right back. Getting Old by Scotty Allen, featuring Sean Lennon right there. Just an awesome, beautiful song right there.
Thank you.
I definitely... I don't know. It's as I said, it's one of my favorites because there's so many times like, oh my god,
yeah, you hear it so many times every day too,
right?
From everybody, it's like all you hear anymore. I'm getting so old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every time, I get up from a chair. I don't know why, but I just make like a.
We should have put noises in it. That would have been great.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I could provide those if you need them.
Yeah. Right.
But I get made fun of a lot when it comes to doing that. So, but I'm getting old. And so the end of that song was Sean Lennon singing, and you sang the whole beginning part right there. So. And your voices go together very well.
Surprisingly well.
Yeah.
There's no way we would have found out other than the internet, huh?
Right. Is Sean getting old? How old is he?
He's 28.
He's a young, okay.
Yeah, he's old enough to be my son.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So he's not getting old?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with getting old. It just means we haven't died yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So we should celebrate.
We should.
Yeah.
The
young die.
Still alive,
Yeah, we should be afraid to be young.
Right? And one of my favorite quotes is, youth is wasted on the young.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's ironic, I suppose.
I know, right? Exactly. Well, so you're still recording, you're still writing. I noticed, people can find your music almost anywhere.
Hopefully, yeah.
I mean, it's streaming a lot of different places, and a lot of times you're just kind of releasing songs. At the time. Do you have in the future maybe put an album together?
Well, I've got a couple of albums on Spotify, if that counts. I don't know if that counts.
Okay.
They're kind of harder to market. They're harder to track. It's already hard enough with the platforms out there to even know who's listening to you where and when.
Right. Yep.
So mixing a bunch of songs in there together, I've personally found it's just easier to release singles. And then maybe I'll release them as a greatest hits or something, the ones that did okay.
And that's kind of how today is. It's not like when, we were growing up where it's like you got the album artwork, you got the whole thing, you listen to all of it. Yeah.
I'll make a separate album just for my B-sides nowadays.
Right.
So, and albums in air quotes.
Right.
I don't even know how anybody would get a real one anymore. Of mine, at least, I'd have to probably spend money.
Probably a little bit.
That I don't have.
Right. So, future on, I mean, do you do, or have you ever thought about, performing live at all, or?
I would like to. I don't know how I would do that at this moment without a band, because those instruments are all me. I mean, except for the drums, that's either my keyboard or my Mac's garage band doing the drums, but all the instruments are me, and I'd have to get a band together, and that's been a problem. I don't know how to even get a band together. I've been on all the apps for years, and I've never been able to form one or
just kind of get people together.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm not sure how that would be possible just yet, but there are other, I have performed in karaoke bars because I've made karaoke files out of my songs.
Oh, really?
So that's one way to get people to hear me. Mm-hmm. So, and I've gotten good responses from that.
Nice.
And I explained to them that it's a song I wrote, for my wife, and she's right there.
Right.
And everyone's like, oh, we're a part of it. And it's just great.
You hit up karaoke quite a bit then?
Yeah. I have since, as long as I can remember before they were born.
Karaoke can be very fun and could also be very ear damaging.
Yeah, you can't. It's sometimes not fun.
It can be interesting.
Yeah. I don't think I would. I don't want to hear any more Grease songs ever for the rest of my life.
Right.
It's not the movie.
Exactly.
It's the karaoke bars.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going forward, do you have any? I mean, you just kind of hinted about a project that you're doing with a couple people, but how many songs, I guess, do you usually work on, or is it just kind of one and done, and then move on to the next, or you just got a whole smorgasbord of?
Well, I've got a bunch of stuff going at the same time. Always, everything. If anybody wants to hear all the stuff I'm just messing around with, they can go to my SoundCloud account.
Okay.
I call it my toy box. And just any idea that I have, even if it's not finished, I throw up there. I can use it later for something else. I'm monetizing on it.
Right.
It's copywritten, so nobody else can use it now. You know, so there's kind of safe ways to do that, you know. And I'm not releasing to platforms. Spotify, SoundCloud's different than that, you know.
Yeah, exactly. They don't.
So,
most platforms, they need to verify that you're licensed.
Yeah.
That you're. Yeah.
But I got like 11 things I think I'm working on of my own. Plus, I'm working with something with Dwight and Sean, and another thing with Sean, and I think something with Wes.
Okay.
So there's always something on, which is great.
And so you got like a group of people that you collaborate with.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, we're all having a good time.
Very
Helping
cool.
each other out, promoting each other, spreading the love.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I want to get back. So a lot of your songs are they're about you and your experiences in your life. You know, you don't do fiction, you know, not that there's anything, you know, wrong with it, unless sometimes maybe you do.
I have one or two, but we're not talking about them. They're terrible.
They're terrible.
So it's about a truck driver that kills people that he picks up. So it'll never make it on the radio.
That could make a movie. You know, that could make it on our radio. I mean, you know,
I'll
we're
send
not
it to you.
FCC, so.
I'll send it to you. You can tell me what you think. I don't know.
All right, sounds good. So this next last song that we're going to do, it's called "You Said," and very, very beautiful song, and it's really interesting too because right when it kind of starts out, "You said I only hear what I want." That was an older song, that line right there, but then you just go off on it.
It was?
Onto your own. Yeah, it was.
What do you mean?
It was.
Did I miss something in my writing?
No. It was just that you said I only hear what I want to. It was a female singer.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that wasn't okay.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
I mean, the words are a little different, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, right there, it's just that beginning part
I know
where
what you're
it
saying.
came to my head, but then, of course, the rest of the song is completely different. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, you know,
I
it
didn't
was
know that.
interesting. It was interesting. So, right, I hear it right
That's
away.
cool.
But this song is definitely very personal.
Yeah.
About you, and just absolutely beautiful. Tell us before we play the song, what is this song about? You said.
Well, it's I try to word this right. It's about an emotionally abusive father and how he treats his son from the son's point of view.
Okay.
And how you don't even listen. You know, you don't pay attention. You know, and then at one point, you know, and it's about me here. I guess now suddenly it's I. I wonder if he realizes he's talking about himself. Anyways,
There's a lot of incredible songs that are written. Yeah, I mean, as we said, the music is a lot of therapy. I mean,
yeah, I didn't even know what I was going to say. Mm-hmm. You know, so what I was telling myself was that if he's telling me that that I'm not listening, then don't listen to him because you didn't hear a thing he said, did you? According to him.
According
so
to him,
you've got
right.
no excuse to not know. Move on. Do something else. And then later it says, I can't hear you anymore because now I'm a better man. I don't speak his language because I'm a better man. I don't know what he's saying. That's
Right.
what that meant to me. Mm-hmm. So, and then there were some lines that he had said to me that I threw in there, you know. So, but it was just growing past that and saying, you know what, I'm a better man than I know that because my kids told me that. I didn't have to ask them to either. You know,
Right.
I didn't have to pay them or anything. You know, they prove it to me every day.
Right.
You know, they're here with me today.
Well, and in a part of it, it's kind of like, well, thank you for showing me what not to do.
Yeah, that's the best thing he did was teach me what not to be.
Right.
So thank you, I guess.
Yeah,
I just listened to what
exactly.
you said.
Right.
So,
and in that actual instance of it, it's kind of
I was listening.
uplifting song. You
Yeah.
were listening, and it's kind of a uplifting song when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you had a just interesting time growing up with him, I should say. So
That's
so
one
you
way of
decided-
putting it.
Yeah, one way of putting it.
Mm-hmm.
How old is this song? When did you write this song?
I want to say, what is it, May? I think I wrote it in March.
In March?
So 2 months ago. Yeah.
2 months ago,
Yeah.
wow. So you are just kind of cranking out these songs. It's great.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Yeah, definitely. What is what is probably your favorite part of writing music? The final product, the process, the idea that you get before you've done anything.
Well, I don't hear, I'm always at home, so it's not like I hear a lot, but like things you were saying, what it does to you.
Yeah.
That's I want to know what it does to everyone else. Does
Right.
it do to you what it does to me?
You know that you bring up a great point there because growing up, I mean, you've loved music forever, so I'm sure you felt, you listen to this song and it just took you away.
Yeah.
And it helped you in life, whether it's a happy song, a sad song, an angry song, whatever it is, it really just kind of connects with you.
Yeah.
And that's why you play it over and over.
Yeah, that reminds me of when we moved to Colorado, in fact, John Waite, I Ain't Missing You at All was on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
And I recently got a message from a kid that just moved to the United States and said that my song was playing when they crossed the border now. Every time they hear my song, it's going to be what happens to me whenever I hear John Waite's song.
Right.
I'm one of those. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. That's the best part. Mm-hmm. That's the best part.
When they can just tie it in.
We're all in the same universe now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we connected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest part about music.
Yeah.
With it.
We spoke to each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Through distance and time and using music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I can definitely tell you, at least personally here, and a couple people I've shared it with in-house here, it's just said, you already got that. So
I appreciate that.
Here. So
I'm going to keep the recording. I need the assurance.
You got it. All right. Well, anything else really? I mean, you wanted to kind of mention when it comes to your music. I mean, you're going to keep going. I know that.
As long as
you're
I can.
not going to stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and you record everything in your house.
Yeah.
You got a whole studio and everything. So that's awesome. And when it comes to your kids, any of them into music?
Oh, they all are. Yeah. I mean,
Nice.
I don't. None of them play that I'm aware of. Well, you play the drums, don't you? So we don't have a kit yet. So
Okay.
once
Gotcha.
we got a kit, I think you'll probably visit me more often.
There you go.
But they visit like twice a week, so that's cool.
Right.
So
Right. Well, thank you very much for your music, and please keep sending it.
all right. Well, thanks so much for having me. This has been great.
Oh, yeah, of course. You're welcome anytime. So,
Okay, I'm gonna
thanks
just
for-
come by tomorrow.
Yeah,
then.
there
Quit
you
my
go.
job.
Exactly. Exactly. You're in Colorado Springs, right?
Yeah.
And you've been here about 40 years. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Well, you've been listening to the interview with Colorado's own Scotty Allen right here. Just been in our rotation for a while, and will continue to be, because we're just really happy to have him on here. This is his song, You Said, on K4CO. Thank you very much for tuning in. And after the song, we'll just get to our regular program schedule. Thank you very much.
And you know it's true.
So yeah, give them a few days, and then we'll actually post the interview on Facebook too, and tag you, and email you.